Hi everybody, I was hoping for a 2-hour video today, but I took a little too long in the shed, so I'll have maybe an hour and a half so a video. Um, People asked if I'm going to do a tour of my shed when it's done. I will. I do have a family member's side, stuff on one side. That's not much space that they're using. My shed is only for storage right now. Anyways, but and there's some empty boxes in there in case we need them as we pack stuff up. Um, it'll be either one of my sisters or I don't think I'm gonna need any more. I'm sorry. Decline. If it's not in my phone, I'm starting not to answer. I'd still answer sometimes, but for the most part, I'm not answering because it's always somebody that I told 15 times to take my name off the list, and they still have the nerve to call from 40 other phone numbers. For those that haven't seen the mermaid tail blanket yet, here it is. I added purple on. I know in the picture it looks either blue or gray, but it's purple. The two-tone purple skein. It says they left a voicemail, but doesn't say, excuse me, how many seconds, if anything. I don't care. It's not in my phone, so I don't care. This one is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, 10 ounces, 283 gram. Well, gee, so I'm guessing grams. 482 yards /V, 440 I'm guessing meters. And for the poncho that's in here, it says 5 mm, which I'm guessing is millimeter, 8 US 36 circular knitting needles, and it's one skein of scuba, which I'm guessing is this color here because it's all, it seems like the purple one where it might be two-tone, and I will show you that here. And then I'm sorry, here's where it says about the knitting needles. Looks like a nice I'm guessing like a shawl. I was saying poncho, but maybe it's a shawl. And let's see, oh, it says here that's violet. So it's, I guess that light one is considered, sorry I'm moving it so much. I'm trying to get it without the glare on it. If I close the blinds, it'll be too dark. Oh, I guess if you go to, it says here, I'm guessing if you go to free patterns at, yeah, it says free patterns, and then under it says yourInspirations.com. And it says LM5441. Again, LM5441. And then I guess you'll get it from yourInspirations.com if you don't have it on the label like I do. Let's see, where does it mention the number? Oh. Here's the number of the pattern. And I'm going to be rude and I'm going to be eating lunch while I do this. I'm hungry today. I guess between taking my walks and doing excuse me, doing the sheds, between my walks and doing the shed, I guess I'm just working up an appetite. Let's see. So how's everybody doing? Is anybody working on anything, even if it's just a garden? It could even be macrame or tatting, embroidery, rug hooking. Doesn't always have to be knit or crochet. It could be whatever project you're working on. And here's my 2 hot dogs with 2 Oreo cookies. And I'm gonna eat this. Let's see. I think it's this guy. I broke the bun when I was putting the hot dog on it. I got my Polar Pop cup from Circle K that I don't own the rights to. Oh, you on a while ago put a sticker on it. Polar Pop by Circle K. I don't know if Circle K made the Polar Pop name or not. It's not soda in it. It's some kind of juice that my sister picks up from Walmart. It's little boxes of 10 packets. Different flavors. You could get slightly larger boxes too. The little boxes are 10 each. The bigger boxes might be 6 each or 5 each. The little boxes I think are $1.25 each. The big ones I think run about $3 or $3.50 depending on how many is in them. The big ones are usually picture size. For those that have maybe 5-6 people or 4 people sitting down at the dinner table, and they make it by the picture because everybody likes it the same way and the same flavor. The boxes are 10. They tell you, the little boxes, they tell you to use a 16-ounce bottle of water. But with me, I still find them sweet even though they're sugar-free. So I always add a little extra water and some ice to them. I'm sorry, everybody. I had breakfast like 7:30, 48 this morning. It's now after 1 o'clock. I did have a little bit of wasted time this morning. Not too much. Maybe a half hour, if that much. The only thing I didn't get to yet was the dishes. And I folded the towels right before I started the video. I probably could have done those on video. But didn't. And I'll be knitting on this video as well. So I did promise to make a video knitting and crocheting. So this one I'm going to do both. And like I said, just have to watch how long I do this one because I have to make sure I'm at the bus stop for my niece. I usually wash this stuff before I give it to the person. This is going to be a gift for my niece's best friend, one of her best friends. Part of the reason why I wash stuff is because we have pets in the house, and I always have this in a bag in the closet, or I lay it in the closet on top of something, so the animal hair isn't in there, or they're not laying on it or ruining it or whatever. But I wash it anyway because there's pets in the house. It's a smoke-free house, and anybody that does come to visit us, they smoke outside. So there's never any, there'll be cigarettes in the house because they have them in their pants pocket or their pocketbook or their jacket pocket, whatever. But they never smoke in the house. We don't, partially because I have breathing issues, and there's another family member in the house that has breathing issues. But even if we didn't have breathing issues, that's not something we would allow in the house anyway. Sorry, I got the blanket facing the wrong way. And my unboxing video that I got last Friday, I accidentally ended the video, uploaded it, wound up to failed uploading. I had another video from Saturday night that just passed, had our pets in it, had some good bird songs, had the train horn in it a couple of times, and that failed to upload too. Now, I like taking the videos when the animals pop up in it because they either pass or run away, or if their owner moves, you don't see them again. Here's another phone call coming in. Decline. I'm not interested in what they're trying to do. Sell or whatever. The only phone calls that I will definitely answer from down here is from my sister's 2 jobs and from the 904 area code, because I never know if it's going to be a school call me about the kids. I can't go pick them up because I don't drive, but it could be just something as simple as saying, hey, your sister's not home, are you home to accept the kids, from whichever staff member is going to bring them home. So the 904 area codes I answer, and if it's a school, I'll just save it as which kid it's for. So that's why I know if it's the elementary school, the junior high, or the high school calling. So at least if it's in my phone, then I have an idea of which kid they're calling about. All this is the double crochet with some single crochet. I'm going to show you the double crochet rows. That's these 2 top ones. And then right here, this little one, right under it, that's 2 single crochet rows. Excuse me. Cookie crumbs. And I like having 2 or 3 projects to be worked on at once, because if I get tired of one project, then I could turn and say, okay, I'm putting this one down for a couple of days and pick up on the other 2 projects, or 1 project, whatever. Excuse me. Excuse the AC in the background. I had the one near the front door open, and holy poop, it was still hot in here when I came in from the shed. I always try and keep one on so that this way um, the animals have a warm spot and a cool spot to be in, depending on, you know, if they're hot or cold. If I think it's going to get too cold when we go out, I'll only leave one on. So then this way they have the choice of which side of the house they want to be on. I'm so happy I started making videos for my channel. There's a few people, when they started subscribing to me, "Oh, you're making content, you don't have any content yet." I said, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm thinking about it." And you know, after maybe 5 or 6 people in about a 2-week period of time, if not less, "When are you making stuff? When are you making stuff? How long are you thinking about it?" So one day I said, "You know what? The heck with it, I'm just doing it," and made a bunch of little videos of a few things that I had made, and of one thing that I had wanted to make and haven't yet. All it is it's in one of my videos. It's under a minute. It might be like a 35-second video, and it's a pillow cover, a crochet granny square pillow cover. And a couple of people said that if I put a pillow in it, I should sew the bottom closed. Then a couple of others said, no, leave it open so you could take the pillow out and wash them separately. No, you wash your crochet items with the knitting crochet items with the knitting crochet items. Then you wash your pillow either by itself or with another pillow or two, depending how big your machine is. I don't have to watch the time too closely. Sorry, post-nasal drip has me all phlegmy. Sorry. Because the alarm will go off at 2:40 p.m. for me to finish up because that's I set the alarm to get my niece at 2:40. It's in the beginning of the school year. Not everybody was back in school. A lot of kids were able to start in January and take that few extra months off, but they had to be homeschooled. They couldn't just take the time off and start in January for the heck of it. And the ones that chose to stay homeschooled from January on had to switch over to the homeschooling program. Some people chose to keep their kids out a little longer because of COVID. And I don't blame them. Meow. What's the matter, Macy? What's the matter, Macy girl? What? Macy, good kitty. Macy appeared in a couple of my videos. Meow. I'm just not going to take the time to show her now because I want to get as much knitting and crocheting as I can on this video for those that want to knit or crochet along with me. Okay, meow, they hear you. When they play the video, they'll hear you. Okay, let's see. Where are you? I don't know if I got it or not. I was just trying not to hit buttons to end the video like I've done in the past. But, my unboxing video, I'm gonna have to, redo it. I'll just do the whole box. I'm not gonna worry about where I, left off in the video and stop it there. I'll just do it probably one day next week, because today's Thursday already. When is May 1st? Sunday was the 25th. That was my nephew's birthday. Monday 26th, Tuesday 27th, Wednesday 28th, today's the 29th. Tomorrow, Friday's the 30th, and then we got May 1st. The kids here in Florida get out May 20, I think May 23rd is the last full day. It was May 24th the last full day, and then they go in for an hour. I think it's the 24th. They go in for an hour. And they only have one bus in our area to do, they do K through 5 first. That's where my youngest niece is, between those grades. And they'll pick her and the other kids in K through 5 first. And then they'll pick up the 7th, no, I'm sorry, K through 5. Then they'll pick up the 6th through 12th graders after the little ones get dropped off. What? What's the matter, honey? You good girl. Yeah, you like your attention. You're awfully friendly lately. She was always a friendly cat, but, well, when we first got her, I don't know, maybe over here in Florida 3 years. So I guess it was about 5 years ago when we first got her. I think she was a rescue from whoever my sister got her from. And it took her about 2 weeks to get used to me. But that was partially because she stood in the same room that I slept in. So I'd always let her come to me. I'd let her smell my hand. And then if she nudged my hand, then I pet her. But I always would let her come to me. Hey, you good girl. I don't believe in grabbing at kids and animals. They have to take a few minutes to get used to you, or maybe, you know, if they don't see you often, maybe a couple of weeks or months or whatever. Always let the kid or the animal go to you when they're ready. But sometimes kids and animals pick up on things about people that we don't pick up on. You good girl? I need to take this. Well, thank you. I appreciated you holding it so it didn't fall. There will be bouts of quiet time because I'm not going to know what to say. And then I'll be switching from one project to the next to get some crocheting in. I mean knitting. I'm crocheting now, I'm okay. My early 50s and I'm losing it. I'll probably do maybe another 15 minutes of, let's see, I started this about 1:15, 2:15. I'll probably do about 40 minutes of each knitting and crocheting. See, 1:15, 2:15. Yeah, I'll probably do a little more, end up doing a little more knitting than crocheting because that's what I'm doing last. Or maybe I'll do 45 minutes of crocheting and then or 50 minutes of crocheting and then do the rest knitting. I like both knitting and crocheting about the same. I don't have a preference on which one I do. If I had to choose just one, I don't think I could. I mean, if I had to choose just one for blankets, I would choose crocheting. And then for amigurumi, I'd probably pick crocheting because that's all I have directions for is the crochet ones. The next time I'm gonna go to bookstore at one of them, the one mall, because one mall has the bookstore inside, then the other mall has the bookstore outside, and I think across the street. So depending on how much time we have for the mall, I don't have time to walk from the mall to where the bookstore is and back, if we don't have that much time. So the next time we go to the bookstore, the mall that has the bookstore in it, I'm going to see if they could order me a book if they don't have one. For our knitting amigurumi. I stumble when I say that word because I don't always know if I'm saying it correctly or not. I'm sorry, I thought I felt a sneeze coming on. I said I'll be doing 45 minutes of crocheting. I don't even know if it'll be that much because I was eating and chatting a bit. But I will do 50 minutes of crocheting and then I will do the rest knitting. And I ask that if you are not subscribed to me, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment relevant to the video. Let's show YouTube that this channel is worth looking into or monetizing when the time comes up. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. I'm nowhere near that, and they don't monetize you unless you tell them you want to be monetized. And there's a procedure that you got to go through to get yourself monetized. But in the meantime, if I could get subscribers and likes and comments now, the better it is for me when YouTube reviews my channel when I go to get monetized. So the more my channel does now, the better it is when comes time to getting monetized. Then this way YouTube sees that my I'm serious about my channel. I want to get monetized for a simple reason. I want to be able to do giveaways for my channel. I want to be able to buy some yarn and donate it to those who need it. Every so often a YouTuber will say, oh gee, I need some yarn, could anybody help me with some yarn? And now I got the yarn, not a lot of yarn, but I do have, I guess I kind of do have a lot of yarn, but I don't always have enough of a color to make a major project, such as a blanket or a shawl. Maybe I can make like a few dishcloths out of some of them. I could, what else? I'll do the crochet angel lollipops, granny squares. In fact, I gotta make more granny squares because another YouTuber got me into doing a granny square exchange. So I sent off my 2 squares. Today's Thursday. Monday I mailed off my 2 squares. I was only going to do 1 person, but then I told the woman I could do 2. As long as I'm making money from the thrift shop and getting a couple of orders here and there on my crafts, I'll be fine. I don't get much in the way of orders, but as long as I get enough to make some postage money for what I do make for the square gift, the Granny Square exchange. And I would like to make get a couple of orders so I could have some money on the side for postage. Even if I have to pay the postage through PayPal. If somebody pays me by PayPal, I'll always try and keep a few dollars on PayPal for a little bit of postage, especially when people pay me by If people choose to pay me by PayPal, then at least the money is there already, so I could mail them their order if that's what it comes to. If they're local, I could probably have them stop by me, or ask my sister if we could meet them somewhere. It's always best to meet them in public and in a well-lit spot if you have to go after dark. The last time my sister had somebody that wanted to look at a couple of pieces of whatever it is that she made, we met in it wasn't a shopping, it wasn't Walmart shopping center, and it wasn't the supermarket shopping center, but it was a shopping center that we met at. So, and I went with her, so there was 2 of us. The person that wanted to look at the items was by themselves, and I don't know if that was a good idea for them to be by themselves. We didn't bother the person that wanted to look at the stuff. The person that looked at the stuff didn't bother us, but it's always best to go in pairs, because you never know what you might encounter, even in a public place. I don't think many people are stupid enough to start in a public place. But then again, you never know. But always best to do your business in a public place. And if you have to go like 6, 7 o'clock, which is around the dinner hour, right after dinner, get to the best well-spot place that you can, even if it's a McDonald's parking lot or a Burger King parking lot, and you just go through, drive through, and even if you just order a soda or French fries or something. So you're using their parking lot, obviously, for safety reasons to do your transaction, but always best to buy something if you're going to be in the shopping, like, a fast food restaurant or any restaurant, any restaurant parking lot. Even if it's a chain restaurant, like in our town we have something called Sonny's. Besides our town, there's the Sonny's in Gainesville. And I'm not sure if there's one in Jacksonville or Middleburg or not. But even if it's a chain restaurant, whether it be fast food or just a regular restaurant where you could go in and eat with your family, always buy a little something. If it's just a soda or a cup of coffee or something, it'll show them that not only are you using their parking lot for safety reasons for your transaction, but you show them, hey, look, they did their transaction here, and look, they came in and bought something. You don't have to spend a lot. You know, to just show an appreciation. Oh my goodness, this pen. There we go. Let's see. Row 3 and 4, single crochet. I've made blankets in the past. Those were mostly baby blankets, and then one blanket I made for myself about, I don't know, 20 years ago. No, let's say maybe 25 years ago. I made a bed for, I guess twin. It's a twin bed, where it's just one person. Hold on, I'm messing up here. Single crochet. Where just one person is in it. I guess it's a twin bed, and I guess that was about 25 years ago. I was in my 20s when I made that. Yeah, it had to be my 20s because my mid-20s is when I was maybe between 23 and 26 when I learned how to crochet. Or 24 and 26 years old when I learned to crochet. But so it was definitely before I was 30 that I made the blanket for the, I guess it's a twin bed for just one person. My mother kept telling me I should have gotten a slightly larger bed. I probably should have, because you never know if somebody stops by and gets stuck at your place in case of maybe their car broke down, or maybe if they're on the road and they need a friend or something needs to stay by overnight because you no longer live in the same state or whatever. I may do another video tomorrow if this one is uploaded. Because sometimes I notice if I upload 3 or 4 videos, it takes sometimes 2 days for all of them to upload. The internet is horrible in the country, and the longer the video is, the longer it obviously takes to upload, especially here in the country. Or I could just make the video tomorrow and then upload it after this one is done uploading. I have to see how much recording time I have if I choose to do the next video tomorrow. I don't mind making the blankets at the house, but when you gotta make them in the car and turn them around, because if you don't turn them around every row, they get twisted, and sometimes you're spending 5 minutes just to get it turned around so that you know what you're doing with it. Sorry. I just want to spend the next, say 10 minutes. Maybe I will do an hour crocheting and then the rest of the video knitting. Yeah, because we're at 41 minutes, so I'll spend an hour crocheting and then I'll knit the rest amount of time till I have to end the video to get my niece. And then the next video that I do, hopefully I'll be able to get both knitting and crocheting done. And I'll start with the knitting, being I started with crocheting this one. And hopefully I'll have eaten already. So I won't have to take precious time away from crafting. Since my last video when I asked everybody what they were working on, has anybody completed any projects? Oh gosh. And if you completed a project, have you started a new one? Or if it's been a while between projects, are you planning out your next few projects, or have you started one that you haven't finished in, that you haven't started in a while, or have you finished any of that so you could start new ones? I know a lot of people are saying that they got a bunch of WIPs, works in progress, or unfinished objects, UFOs, which are they're still WIPs, work in progress, but if they haven't been worked on in a while, say I guess 6 months or so, they're at that point considered UFOs, unfinished objects. Oh fudgeroni, I did a double crochet where I was supposed to do a single crochet. This is a single crochet row. Silly me. Can't give me a job to do. I get confused. Hey, stop scratching. Don't do that. Scratching at the molding. So the thing about cats, when they want to sharpen their nails, they'll scratch at whatever they could get their little nails on. And we cut her nails pretty regular too. Probably about due to be done again. I'm sorry, everybody. I was showing food. I'm sorry. When they start to speak a couple of times, as my food was chewing or whatever. But I chose not to rush my food so I didn't choke, God forbid. But sometimes I just smile as I work on my stuff or as I'm chewing my food, so my viewers see that even though I'm being rude by chewing my food, at least I got a little smile on my face. So quiet. I guess every household, when there's only one or two people home, it's quiet, and then the whole family is home. It's like, wow, what happened to the silence? I guess every family has some loudness. Here in the South, school gets out at the end of May and starts up again right about August, mid-August, maybe the 10th or 15th. When do your schools get out and when do they go back? When do they get out for the summer and then when do they go back again? It's like New York, we got out in June and then went back in September. Here in Florida, I guess, no, it's the same thing with Georgia, North and South Carolina. I'm not sure about North Carolina. But like us southern states, we go back in August, but get out in May, the end of May. We're usually done right about Memorial Day weekend, or, right before, right after. Only once I think we went back in June. We had a couple of rain days. Like in New York, we got snow days. Here, if it's a really bad rain, or maybe like a tornado or something, or a combination of the two, they give us a day off. Oh, forgive me. Thank you, Jesus, for the food and drink I had, and help us to help the poor and the needy with what they need, especially when we have an abundance. In Christ Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen. 50 almost 53 minutes. I guess I'm going to do an hour of crocheting and then knit the rest of the time. Excuse me if it seems like I'm making faces every so often. Sometimes I have trouble getting the crochet hook through, so I'll just make a little face. I'm not annoyed or anything, but sometimes I just make a face when I can't seem to get the crochet hook in on the first try. Does anybody have any words of advice for anybody that's looking to start crafting, whether it be knitting, crocheting, quilting, tatting, sewing, embroidery, did I say macrame, rug hooking? If anybody has any words of advice, please feel free to leave in the comments. And if anybody has any encouraging words on starting a YouTube channel, feel free to give encouraging words on that as well. So many people are shy, but they could, if they don't want to show their face, they could turn around and just do videos of what they made. They could do an unbagging, lay the stuff out on the table, and just explain what each thing is. Well, when they go to a store, they could just show them taking stuff off the shelf to purchase, or just showing people what's in the aisles. One person, I forget which video it was. It was I guess it had to be the Walmart one. One of the Walmart ones. A woman commented. She said, "Thank you for taking me along shopping with you." She says, and she said I hadn't been out since the pandemic started, and so I guess she has all her food, I guess, delivered, or let's say she gets it curbside, but she said she hasn't been out, so I guess she orders everything to be delivered to her house, including the food. Since the pandemic, it seems like a lot of places are delivering food, and some pharmacies deliver your medicine, so you don't even have to leave for that as long as you have the money on you. And then unless you have a P.O. box, the mail comes to your house, so you don't have to leave for that. Let me just scooch this around. Do you say scooch around or turn around? Turn it around? I say scooch around or turn it around. I say both. Okay, about 2 minutes and 45 seconds, then I'm gonna switch over to knitting, since I promised a video knitting and crocheting. Well, in this case, crocheting then knitting. And hopefully tomorrow I could get a video doing both and then just upload it after this one is done uploading. Well, it's good so that I could do a decent video tomorrow. Once this one is done uploading, then I'll be able to take this one away and have the added recording time for that one. Depending on how much I do in the shed, I don't know if that video will be as long as this one, because it won't. After tomorrow, I probably won't be in the shed till next week again. Making a lot of progress, which I'm glad to be. My goal is to get it done before school lets out. If I do have anything left to do after school lets out, it'll just to be packing my clothes up from the bags and put them in the totes. That'll be the only other thing I have to do. That, and then I'm going to go, what I'm definitely leaving for last, unless I'm in between purchasing totes. My sister's gracious enough to help me buy them. She'll get me a couple from each paycheck, she said, till I could have all my clothes put away in totes. I might need 1 or 2 more for any yarn and craft supplies that I found as I was going through stuff. But at least once the shed is done, I'll have more time to make more videos, even if it's a bunch of short ones. And I'll be able to do my videos of any purchases that I make, or if my sister does the purchase for me because she's at the store already, or stopping on her way home, whether it be from work or doing errands or whatever. A few more seconds and then I'm going to, what I think I'm going to do. No, I don't want to, I think I was going to finish this row, but it'll cut too much into my knitting time for the video. Yeah, just about an hour or so. I'm going to put this on the side and then I'm going to pull out my knitting. I got that sitting at the table here, so I don't have to pull it too far. And I fold it because I like to wrap it around the yarn, and then I keep it in the bag like this if I have to take it in the car. So good, we're at the hour mark. Pull out my knitting. Like I said, in the next one I hope to do more, do the knitting first and then the crocheting. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a video tomorrow or not. Let's see how, if this one is uploaded or not. If this one is uploaded, then I'll do one tomorrow. If not, it'll have to wait till next week, where I do the knitting, then the crocheting. And like I said, because I'm making so much progress in the shed, that I'm probably going to do my walks in my shed. And even if I would get a 45-minute video and knitting and crocheting, then it's no better than nothing. I do want to make as many videos as I can, because a lot of people do like somebody crocheting or knitting along with them, or both, or whatever craft it is that they do. You know, there are a lot of places under lockdown. You know, it's hard because because you're not allowed to have many people over, if anybody. And a lot of places are saying that they're under lockdown, but if you have to go out for the essentials, such as doctor appointments, or if you need some food and cleaning supplies, you know, go out, get what you need, come home. And while you're out buying all you go to the doctor, maybe you could stop out and pick up breakfast on the way home, or lunch. While you're out shop, maybe you could Even do your grocery shop, doctor and grocery shop. Oh Lord, I can't speak today. Maybe you can even do the doctor. Have breakfast before the doctor or lunch, whatever, depending on the appointment. Maybe you could go grocery shopping, then the doctor, and then something to eat on the way home. Unless you have to buy perishables. Unless you do the majority of your shopping first. Then go to the doctor, buy something from wherever for lunch, and then get you a couple of perishables from the supermarket and head home. Break the day up a little bit, make it seem like you got a lot done, even though it was only one time you went out. Now, since so many places are under lockdown and they're not letting you out at all, you have more time to get caught up on things around the house and your crafts. And for those that are allowed out just to get the essentials, it pays to get a little extra food and cleaning supplies, extra craft items. So this way, if you do go into full lockdown where you can't go out, then at least you have extra supplies in the house. If you need, say, 2 packages of chicken legs and 3 packages of chopped meat for like tacos, meatballs, hamburgers. Then say you want to make meatballs, you buy 1 package of chopped meat. You want to make hamburgers, you buy another package. You want to do, say, meatballs, hamburgers, Taco Tuesday, and a meatloaf, so it'll be 4. So you buy, say, 6 chopped meat, make 4 right away of the different things that you want to make, so you could have some to put in the freezer. And obviously, say you buy 6 of them, you're obviously going to put 2 in the freezer right away, and then leave the other 4 out to make the 4 different things that were just mentioned. And that's just an example. I don't know if you buy steaks or whatever, or maybe buy like 2 chickens, 2 Cornish hens, 2 turkeys, 2 hams, especially for those that have maybe 2 refrigerators in the house, or a refrigerator and a small freezer to put things in. It helps if you have the majority of the freezer. You have like a spare freezer, especially like when those big, like deep freezers, I guess they are. If you could get all of what I just mentioned in it and then some, or even to have a couple of frozen pizzas in it. Buy some frozen pizzas, have a little extra. So if you go from stay at home to lockdown or whatever, or just like a suggested a suggested stay at home, it's nice to have everything stocked up anyway, even with toiletries, craft supplies, snacks, beverages. So this way, if you don't have to go out, you don't go out, and then you can watch the idiots on TV, or YouTube, or Facebook, or Instagram, or Twitter, Facebook, just watch everybody killing each other because they're running out of supplies at the stores, and everybody wants to buy the last 40 of whatever's on the shelf instead of buying, say, 10 or 15 and letting everybody else, have a chance to get some for their house too. So many people are going nuts. I mean, we should be buying a little bit extra every month anyway, in the way of food, toiletries, beverages, snacks, cleaning supplies, craft supplies. And when you go to buy your seasonal craft supplies, buy a little extra. You never know when your area might go into lockdown because maybe they're looking for somebody's kid, or maybe a senior citizen that wandered off that don't have their full memory or whatever. So it's nice to have everything that you need and then some. So this way you can't say, "Oh Jesus, this lockdown messed me up because I needed the craft supplies. I was supposed to have everything done today. The customer's picking their stuff up in 3 days, and now it's no, maybe 3 days before you could get the stuff, and you promised to, and the only day you were able to get it, the supplies, was when the lockdown went down because somebody went missing or whatever. But it does pay to buy a little extra of everything every month just to have on hand. I don't say hoard stuff, but if there's, say, 6 people in your house, if you got 10, 20 packs in your house, if you go under lockdown for, say, 3 months, that should be enough toilet paper. But do your best to stock up on canned goods, bottles of water, pasta, cake mix, cans of soup, tuna fish. Then you have like the cans of ravioli, SpaghettiOs, canned ham. It's just the AC. It gets nuts every once in a while. If you know of a family in need, or a senior citizen that don't have much, buy a little extra for them. And even milk. Most people don't like powdered milk, but have a box of powdered milk. And then you have Parmalat, which is those little containers of milk that don't have to be open unless refrigerated. And no way am I a sponsor for Parmalat or any other company, but Parmalat is the one that came to mind because that's what I've bought in the past. Have a whole bunch of those available for backup. It always even if it pays to have extra, and if you have kids, buy a couple of extra board games that you think you might need to keep them occupied over the vacations. But if say to your kid, hey, look, let's pick out maybe 10 board games to use if we go on the lockdown, or school vacation, lockdown, or whatever. And then maybe you could buy 10 or 15 DVDs just to watch something other than whether it be Netflix, Hulu, or whatever. And again, I'm not a sponsor for either one of them. Maybe some of my coloring books for the kids, word search books, or crossword puzzles, whatever. Along with a couple of packages of pens, pencils, markers, crayons, just so that you have something for like the school vacations, or if for some reason we're under lockdown, whether it's because somebody's missing, or corona, or whatever disease that decides to pop up that keeps everybody stuck at home for whatever the reason. Life happens and people don't always understand that. I may not have enough of each thing, each yarn, to make a shawl or a blanket, but I could make a crazy blanket out of my balls of yarn. I could make dishcloths, washcloths, crochet angel lollipops. I may have enough of some to make a shawl and or hat or cowl or scarf, or all of the above. I know the cowl takes the place of the scarf, but depending on where you are, if it's very cold, you want the scarf, the cowl, and the hat with the shawl. Especially if you're going out to dinner, you want to have a nice shawl on. I don't know if you want to sit at the table with the cowl on or not. Good grief, what is with all these phone calls? But it's nice to have some nice yarn, or nice yarn or whatever, to make different projects to help make sure you make the project, especially if it's nice colors or whatever. Or if you have, say, 10 or 15 projects that you want to make, why not buy enough yarn to make it, say, 3 times, should for some reason you be stuck at home, or if you go on vacation, you take some yarn with you, so if what's supposed to be an outdoor day ends up being an indoor day because of weather, or somebody got sick or just not feeling good and don't want to go out, you have a little something, a little project to work on. And like with the shawls and cowls, I want to make maybe I'd want to make hats and scarves with the same color to go with them. So it'd be nice to have enough to make, say, 4 or 5 sets of hat, scarf, cowl, and shawl all in one color. Well, I wish I knew how to make gloves, mittens, and socks, because boy, I'd be racking those up like you wouldn't believe. And, especially even, here in northern Florida, it gets cold, and sometimes you need those items, even though we're in Florida. But, I'm gonna see if I could watch enough YouTube videos to, make, eventually be able to make hats, scarves, and gloves. I mean, hats and scarves I know how to make. Gloves, mittens, and socks. Unless I could find, a knitting book for dummies that has gloves, mittens, and socks in it. I should see if I, could Google it and then send my sister the directions, and she just, prints them out for me whenever she's near a printer. Who taught you how to knit, crochet, quilt, sew, macrame, rug hook, or whatever the crafts is that you do? How long have you been doing them? I've been knitting since I'm 11. Crocheting, quilting since I'm mid-20s. I learned how to do a few sewing items over the years. I mainly do like hems, seams, buttons. It's another nice thing to make. I only made one in the homemakers group that was in New York. Pillowcase dresses. You could Google the directions for those. And for the crochet angel lollipops, you could Google those also. It's nice to be able to make a variety of things. And the pillowcase dresses are awesome, especially if you want to make a bunch to give them. It's like here in northern Florida where we are. In fact, there's one in the town that we're in, a clothing pantry. So I have a bunch of pillowcases in the shed that, I'll probably want to wash up and make. I don't recall if I have a rotary cutter and cutting mat in that. I'll have to get those. So I could cut part of the dress off for the neck and like over here for the head to go through and the armholes. I do have plenty of thread and sewing needles. I probably should get some more thread, even though oh god, my nose isn't running, but I felt like it was. Sometimes you just get that feeling. I probably should buy more thread anyway, but that's something that you could never have enough of. It always seems like when you need to do a repair job, that's when you don't have the color that you need. That's like us too. I have a whole load of yarn or a ton of yarn or whatever, but the minute you get an order, you either don't have any of the color that's needed, or you only have part of it, and sometimes when you don't buy all of yarn you need at once for a project, you see the difference in a little difference in the color because it's not the same, it wasn't dyed at the same time, even if it's the same dye lot number. I was looking at my watch hours for my channel the last couple of days. They're slowly coming up a little bit, my watch hours. A little bit every week is nice. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 days in a row where my watch hours are going up. I have 337 subscribers. I'd like a few more. I need by September 26th of this year for me to get monetized. I would have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I'm not anywhere near either or. Like I said, I've got 337 subscribers. I might have 130 watch hours. So I need way more of both to get monetized. I know people that have the watch hours but not the subscribers. Well, they have the subscribers but not the watch hours. And I can't remember all the names. So many people on a lot of the channels that I follow. Some of us follow multiple of the set, multiple. So I'm trying to say, there's a bunch of us that follow 5 or 6 different people. Then there's others that only follow certain ones, and I forget which ones have one or the other. But it's nice when you're able to get monetized. And like I said earlier, I want to be able to do giveaways. I want to be able to help those that need yarn, YouTubers or otherwise. Oh my gosh, what is with this? I shouldn't let it bother me. It doesn't show up on the video. But so many people calling over nonsense. Take me off your list. Take me off your list. Take me off your list. And then when you get snippy with them, oh man, what are you snapping at? Stop calling me. I've been telling you people for the last 2 months, stop calling me. And every time I block you, you call me from a different number. It gets annoying. Sometimes you get 3, 4, 5, 6 calls from the same people in one day, and you don't always realize that until you answer the phone. Oh, gee, you're snapping at me. Yeah, because you're the 3rd person to call me from this company today. How many times do I have to tell you people, no, I am not interested. Please take me off your list. So now it gets to a point where you hate like hell not answering the phone because it might be somebody that you do want to talk to that maybe you called and forgot or whatever. But let me just check the time to make sure that I'm not going over here. Let's see. It's 2:31. So 9 minutes before the alarm goes off, and then I'll have about 10 minutes after that that I could knit a little bit. I don't want to knit until 3 o'clock because sometimes the bus is pulling up with my niece at 3 o'clock. Depends how many kids are on the bus. Now, this time of the year, it seems like the parents are pushing their kids to make sure they make school every day because right now we only have May left for school. So it seems like with so many more kids taking the bus because the parents are pushing them to go to school and not miss if they don't have to. If they don't have to. A lot of parents, the kid sneezes 4 times. Oh my God, you poor thing, stay home. So now that's just a dryer. Just drying some blankets. We put blankets on the couch because sometimes the dogs go on the couch and they come in from outside. You don't want them getting the couch or the ottoman dirty. So we'll put beat up blankets on them. So if they get dirty and ruined, we don't care because then at least even if with well water, I noticed the stains don't come out. And then sometimes I gotta wash them twice before they come clean, which is fun. They're just for the dogs to lay on the couch so they don't get the couch dirty. But it's nice to have the blankets clean anyway, just in case somebody comes unexpectedly and, oh gee, what's this? But a lot of parents, even if the kids are sick, they send them to school, which I think is wrong. And I know some parents don't have proper care for them because they can't afford to pay it, and there's not always government help because maybe they make too much. So, it's tough sometimes. It's hard when you have nobody to keep an eye on the young ones when they do need to be home from school. And then some people will have help on school vacations because they could stay with their friends while the parents are working. But it's so hard. The pay goes up. Well, I should say it goes up. Compared to 20 years ago, the pay has gone up. But so it's inflation during that time. It's not like everything stays the same price for 20, 30, 40 years. Just the price of yarn alone, from when I started, purchasing my own yarn, or somebody purchased it for me, and I had to eventually pay them back or whatever. It's amazing how just the cost of yarn has gone up. I don't know, recall whose video it was. It was a video a channel I never watched, and I'm saying, oh geez, yarn on sale, $1.99, $1.39, or whatever other prices were, and I'm saying, boy, what great prices on yarn. And my sister says, don't you have enough yarn? I said, yeah, for now, but this is somebody's video. They're shopping, and wherever the store is, it's near their home or whatever. And she said, oh, I mean, if I do have enough to make a handful of projects, especially amigurumi and granny squares, the crochet angel lollipops. If I make a crazy blanket out of my yarn balls, I could get probably a couple of blankets. I'll just have to separate the thicknesses of the yarn. But I could always manage to make something, especially if it's projects that I'm making on my own. And the unboxings that I do, those yarns I'm keeping for myself. I do have a couple of bins of yarn. A couple of those bins, most of it I got from my homemakers group in Rockville Center, and I don't know where they got the yarn from. I don't see it. And the last time I was in Joann's was in New York. Last time I was in Michael's was in New York. I've never been in Hobby Lobby, whether it been New York or here in Florida, so I don't know if some of the yarn was gotten from there, or if it was passed down to them, or if it was ordered online only. But I keep some yarn separate that I'm only going to use for projects for myself and the family. Other yarns, I'm willingly making stuff to sell, or give to a thrift shop to sell, or whatever. And I do want to start making stuff for a flea market, because my one sister wants to do a flea market also with a couple of her things. So I'm trying to make a few things here and there as well. Didn't mean to. I dropped my knitting needle. Oh gosh, don't get old, people. Don't get old. Oh goodness gracious. Oh. There we go. I pick them up with the scissors. Sometimes I can't bend down all the way. So sometimes I get it like this, and with the scissors, so I could pick them up. And I dropped it a couple of times because I guess I didn't have a good enough grip. But I'm glad I'm going to do this video. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a video tomorrow because depending on how uploaded this is, I can't erase it to make more room for another one. So it might be next week before I do another video. But this last week I did make a few videos, so hopefully it's enough videos for you to catch up on if you're in fact needing to catch up on any of my videos. I wonder if it's going to rain. It seems like it's getting a little bit dark. So once the kids get home from school, I don't care. And so a lot of times I'll get my youngest niece home, and then it starts pouring, and it doesn't stop until, later in the day or that night or during the night or whatever. And the older kids, they get off the bus drenched. All the kids use the same bus stop. There's 2 bus stops for our property, but we all use the same bus stop. It's about the same distance on both of them. One is a straight run, and then the other one you gotta make 2 rights. No. Well, you're making a right out of the house, and then you get to where on my walks, and you make another right and walk to the end of the block. So it's about this same. Maybe a little less the second bus stop, but we all use the same bus stop. Makes it easier on the driver, the bus driver. All 5 kids have the same bus driver. Well, 3 of them do, because 2 are homeschooled. But there are times when those kids get off the bus, they are drenched. And my nephews live closer to the bus stop than we do. And unless they run like a bat out of hell, they too get drenched. But they're home, so you could change your clothes and you don't care. That's when you gotta bring a bag with clothes in it to work or to school, so you could change, so you're not sitting in wet clothes and shoes all day. And then your shoes or sneakers smell depending on the fabric, and you gotta wash them or put them in the dry cleaners depending on the fabric. And I keep looking at the clock because sometimes the alarm don't go off. I mean, so far it's gone off when I've been doing my videos, which is a good thing. Not sure if it was supposed to have rain today or not, but depending what the cloud looks like when I walk out from my niece, I'm going to... Oh, here's the alarm now, 2:40 p.m. So I got... 10 more minutes I'm gonna... Maybe 15 more minutes maybe 15 more minutes till 1:45. And then I'll use that time to grab my keys, go to the restroom, take another sip or 2 of my drink, and head out the door for my niece to the bus stop. I usually don't walk out the door until 2:50 anyway, so if I go another 15 minutes, then it'll be 2:45 p.m. 2:50 I could walk out the latest to go get her from the bus, because I never know if it's coming at 3 o'clock or 3:15, depending on how many kids are on the bus. So many kids are out this time of year because of allergies. So that's what I'll do. 15 more minutes of knitting, and then that'll still give me time to go to the restroom and do what I gotta do. Oh, this is gonna be a puppet. I'm sorry. Let me finish this row and then I'll show you the size of it. I'm just yakking and yakking and yakking and forgetting to show you the puppet that I'm making. I want to make a bunch of these for the flea market and for the thrift shop. Now that summer vacation is coming up, people might want some for their kids to play with, or if they go on vacation, or if they have any nieces and nephews that they want to bless with the puppets. Okay, this is what it will look like folded, and I'm gonna let me turn this around. This is what it looks like folded. This side will already be closed. Then I'll just have to sew this side and the top. And this side, the top, and then this side will have to get closed, and the bottom is where they stick their hands. After I take it off the needle, I will show you what it looks like as one piece. All I do is like between 20 and 30. I cast on 20 to 30. I do various widths and lengths because kids come in all shapes and sizes. For adults, you might want to do maybe 35 or 40, because adults too come in different sizes. Let's see, 32. So we could go another 13 minutes. Then I have to sign off and, like I said, get my keys, make a drink, and get going to the bus stop. I might have to grab an umbrella too, just in case it starts raining at the bus stop. If it ends up just being a little drizzle, you don't mind, but you never know when the clouds are going to open up, and wow, I should have grabbed the umbrella. Well, I don't have boots, but you're sorry sometimes that you don't put your raincoat and umbrella. Oh gosh. Sorry I didn't cover my mouth when I coughed. And I don't know what I'm ending about, but like I said, there will be bouts of silence because I don't know what to say. Oh goodness, I think I started another row without showing it to you. Goodness gracious me. I'm not paying attention. I'm too busy talking. When I'm done with the shed and hopefully before school lets out, I hope to be able, I've done a 2.5 hour video already, so I'm figuring I could do a 3 hour one. So I want to see if I could do like a 3 hour one and like an hour and a half knitting and an hour and a half crocheting. Oh gosh. Not sure if another one's coming or not. No. Oh, another one was gonna come. We're probably gonna get rain. Or it's just something flying around in the air. Or it could have been I swept with the stuff that I packed in a bin in the shed. Afterwards, I swept the floor from a spot where a few things were, bags were moved that I packed into the tote. Could be the dust bothering me too. I've been out of the shed since about 12:10, 12:15. I said I could go till 45, so 10 more minutes. Oh, almost forgetting again. This I believe is, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Cast on 30 with this one. Oh God. I'm sorry everybody. This was a 30 cast on. But don't forget it gets folded in half. So depending on the size of the person, you want to take maybe 5 or 10 off. And if you're going towards the adult, you might want to add 5 or 10 on. I wouldn't suggest going lower than 20 stitches unless it's like a 2 or 3 year old. And at that point you won't be able to put faces on it. You'll just have